Is no personal guarantee business credit a myth or is it like a reality? Well, that's exactly what I'm about to decode right now. Look, I talked to a lot of entrepreneurs that try to go to their bank and get business credit without a personal guarantee, and they're told no. They try to go to a retailer and get it, and they're told no. They try to go to a lender, and a lender tells them there's no such thing. Maybe you can relate to this. Well, if you wonder whether no personal guarantee business credit is a myth or it's a real thing, we're going to dive into that right now during this training. I'm actually going to dive into this month, debunk the myth that you can't get business credit without a personal guarantee. I'm going to talk about why so many fail trying to accomplish this, how you can succeed, and the actual path. I'm going to map out the path for you to eventually be able to get all credit and financing for your business without a personal guarantee. There is a path. Don't expect it right away. I'm going to give you the path right now. We got a lot to cover, so let's dive in. So look, there's a lot of reasons you may believe that no personal guarantee business credit is not a thing. There's a lot of crazy people on places like TikTok and Instagram that say things that are so far out there that you probably know are untrue. And the no personal guarantee thing gets put into that bucket where you may believe it's not true as well. You maybe have tried to walk into your bank and your bank has said, no, we can't get you a credit card or a loan or a credit line without a personal guarantee. Maybe you've tried to talk to a lender, even a revenue lending lender, that has told you the same thing, or walked into retailers and they're like, you have to provide a social security number and a personal credit check. There's a lot of people out there that can give you the perception that no personal guarantee business credit is not a thing. But the reality is it absolutely is a thing. If we look at companies like Dell, we already know that Michael Dell isn't signing as a signer or a guarantor on $100 million credit line for Dell, right? When Steve Jobs was around, he wasn't signing for Apple's $100 million credit line, putting his house on the line if Apple defaulted, right? We know that these big companies aren't required to have guarantees from their owner. So we understand it's possible. But the problem is we think oftentimes that it's only possible because they're big companies. Now, here's the interesting thing. If you pull Dell's credit report, pull Apple's credit report, you can see they have really, really, really well-established business credit. That's the same thing you could do to get around personal guarantees. So personal guarantees are required because your business cannot stand on its own. You're trying to get a credit card, a loan, or a credit line. You go to a credit issuer, you go to a lender, they look at your business credit, they see nothing exists. Okay. And they say, well, you've got to be a signer because your business can't stand on its own. Your business hasn't proven that it can pay its own bills. So you have to be a signer, like eventually until it does. And if you do a deep dive into Investopedia or any of these others that focus on business terminology, a lot of you even say that a business personal guarantee is required when the business cannot stand on its own. So first of all, you cannot, as a brand new business with no business credit, go out and get most kind of financing right away without a personal guarantee. Don't worry, you're able to get it. I'm going to give you the path. But in the very beginning, you can't walk into a bank and say, I have a business, now give me credit without a personal guarantee. That's not going to happen. Just because you have a business doesn't mean there's a history of that business paying its bills on time. And it's the history that's the most important. Now, don't get me wrong. There's some kind of financing that even right from the beginning of launching your business, you can get without a personal guarantee. Most of that financing has some kind of asset you're pledging as collateral. So maybe it's stocks or bonds, or 401ks or IRAs. If you have an asset you're willing to pledge as collateral, you can oftentimes get away from a personal guarantee because the lender knows they could just take the asset back if you default. But in all other cases, you have to prove your business can stand on its own without you, just like all the big companies do. And that's how they get away from guarantees, and you can too. So the easiest way to do that is to start building business credit early on in the lifetime of your business. Look, if you just launch your business today, you could start building business credit, and this week get your first vendor credit lines without a personal guarantee and without a personal credit check if you know the right steps. Now, if you stick around to the end of this training, I'll give you our shortcut checklist guide that's been downloaded over 1,000,000 times where you can get the easy way to build business credit. But if you're following a proven formula to build business credit, you're able to get business credit without a personal guarantee in the first week. And the first month, you're able to start getting credit with major retailers without a personal guarantee and credit check. Now, don't get me wrong. We've had a lot of clients that go into a place like Sam's Club, and the person they're talking to says, oh, you have to provide a personal guarantee. You have to provide a credit check. They don't even know themselves what is possible and what's not. But what happens is if you went in and said, no, look, I've got 7 items on my business credit reports. I know my business credit's established. Run the application without my social, they would do so. Then what would happen is their computers would pull your business credit reports. And if your business credit reports are established, then you would get approved in those scenarios without a personal guarantee and credit check. I can give you a stack of letters I have from clients that have written the exact same thing. I went in, I talked to the rep. They said it wasn't possible. I made them. I took your advice. I made them submit the application and I was approved. They were shocked. A lot of them even take those people as their clients. We had a client go in and get $350,000 in financing at Ford. The finance manager had never seen this before. No personal guarantee, no credit check. The finance manager literally said you could buy a fleet of vehicles if you want to. And the guy did. The guy literally launched a Turo business when he realized how much he was approved for. And the finance manager became his client because the finance manager wanted to know how to build business credit himself. And this client was a partner of ours where we put in the business of offering business credit and financing. So the key is you have to start establishing a business credit report and score for your business. When you do this, you start to unlock tiers of credit that you can actually qualify for without the personal guarantee. You start getting starter vendors without a guarantee. Then you start getting credit with almost every major retailer without a personal guarantee. Best Buy, Apple, Nordstrom, Macy's, Sam's Club, almost all major retailers offer this. You can start to get credit with all of them without a personal guarantee. You can start to get that in 30 to 60 days into the process. You can start to get credit with fleet sources. People that offer fuel stations around the entire country offer this without a personal guarantee. And our clients, about 4 months into the process, are getting universal credit, Visa cards, MasterCards, American Express cards, even auto financing, all without a personal guarantee and credit check. And here's the best part. Everything I just told you, all of that, you can get with no revenue verification, no collateral, just your business credit quality alone as you build it is enough to qualify for all of that without a personal guarantee and credit check. This is why I say that business credit lets your business fund itself, because just by building the business credit profile and score, all of this credit and financing I mentioned is available without a personal guarantee and credit check. Now, let's talk about loans. Let's talk about credit lines. You're still going to need to be able to qualify for loans and credit lines. They're still going to require a personal credit check. They're still going to require financials in a lot of cases. The bigger the loan, the bigger the credit line, the more they're going to require for you to be able to get approved. So you have to anticipate that. You have to know that it's going to take a long time to build your business credit profile so big that you've got loans and credit lines on there, credit cards, so much on there that eventually you'll be able to get loans and credit lines without the personal guarantee. So keep in mind, revolving credit cards, auto financing, easy to get without a personal guarantee. Business loans, business credit lines, harder to get. You're going to need well-established business credit to start getting a lot of that kind of financing without a personal guarantee. This is why I say that the key to personal guarantees is for you to strategically determine when to use them. You never want to use a personal guarantee or a credit check on a business credit card. That's ridiculous. You can easily get hundreds, if not thousands, of business credit cards without a personal guarantee and credit check. You never want to provide a personal guarantee for a business vehicle. You can get that without a personal guarantee and credit check. Now, save your actual personal guarantees for SBA loans. They are going to be required there. For higher dollar amount loans and credit lines, when you're in the early stages of your business credit, your business credit's not well established. But then down the road, as you continue to get loans and credit lines that report to the business credit reporting agencies and show lenders you have a history, a deep history of being able to get credit financing and use it responsibly, then you'll be able to unlock that kind of financing and get even more loans and credit lines without a personal guarantee as well. So yeah, debunked. You absolutely can get business credit without a personal guarantee. You just have to know the right steps to do it. And if you want the step-by-step guide that's been downloaded over 1 million times, it's known as the Business Credit Bible, then go to creditsuite.com/EIN, and that's going to show you every step of building your business credit. Hey, did you get value from this training? If so, make sure you like and subscribe and keep your eye out for the next training. We're talking about more cool ways to get the money you need to start and grow your business.